Welcome back. In this quick tutorial, I'll show you how you can integrate WAP with a Google Sheet. Connecting WAP with a Google Sheet helps you automatically send and receive information between your WhatsApp chats and a spreadsheet. This is very useful if you want to save your customer information in Google Sheet, or if you want to update some information, or even if you want to retrieve some data from Google Sheet. All this can be done using the Google Sheet integration. So WAP offers certain action which you can perform using this integration. So let's look at what options we have. So there are three main things you can do with this integration. First is get data from the sheet. As it suggests, you can simply fetch any data from Google Sheet and can send it into your WhatsApp chat. The second is insert a new row. Let's say you are collecting some information from your user and you want to store this data in a Google Sheet. You can use this action. And the third is update data from the sheet, which means you can update existing data like changing someone's status, their name, their email address into the Google Sheet. So before you start, you need to make sure that you have a Google Sheet ready. For example, I have this example Google Sheet with certain columns. You can see I have phone name, company name. I'm going to simply use this Google Sheet. So before you start this integration, make sure you have a Google Sheet with the column headings ready. And then you will simply come to this WAP platform and you need to design your chat journey. So let's see how to set this up. So I have simply asked, I've used one content block and I'm collecting information like what is your name, and then I'm storing this under a variable called username. I'll click on this plus button and you simply need to drag the integration block and just connect it with the previous block. Click on add integration, and then here you need to select the Google Sheet. So here you will see I have one account already added. So first you will have to add your Google account with WAP. So you can simply click on this plus button right here. Once you will click on it, it will simply take you to the Google authentication page where you need to select one of the Google account, and you just need to simply give it access to WAP, and you will be prompted to select one of your account. Just select one of your account, and then you just need to give all the access to WAP. Once you give all the access, you will see your account listed here. So you just need to select your account, and then you need to select your Google Sheet. For example, the name of this Google Sheet is Web Apps G Sheet. So I'll select this, and then we need to select the sheet. So in this Google Sheet, I only have one sheet one. So I will just come here and select it. And then I need to select the action. So for now, I will select get data from the sheet, which means I would retrieve some data from my Google Sheet and share it with the customer in the chat. So let's say here I'm collecting their name, and then I will search this name in the Google Sheet, and then I will pass on the order ID. Simple, let's do it. So here, let's select the get data from the sheet, and then we need to select the reference column. So here, what is this reference column? This is the column in your Google Sheet, which is used to identify the row you want to fetch the data from. This column should contain the unique values. For example, in this case, my reference column would be the name, and then here I can pass on the variable. So simply I will put this username because this is the user variable which I will be collecting the name. So I'll click on this curly braces, and then I will simply search this user variable which is username, and then you need to click on save, and this is saved. And then you need to click on add row value, and here you need to select in which what if from which column you want to retrieve the data. So I want to fetch the order ID, which is stored in column E, heading order ID. I will select that column here, order ID. And then here in the second drop down, I need to select the variable in which this data will be stored. So let's see what all we have. So let's say I'm going to use one variable called order ID. So simply just select it here, and this is done. So here you'll be collecting the data from Google Sheet, and then you can store this in a variable, and then I will pass this variable here in the content block. So I'll click on this content block. Here I'll collect on order ID, and then here I need to write that variable in which I have stored the value from Google Sheet. So let me click on this curly braces, and here is the variable, and I will click on save. So how the flow looks like, here I'm collecting the name, I'm storing this under username. Then from the Google Sheet, I am selecting the action as get data from sheet. I will pass this username as a reference column, and then I will fetch the order ID and will store it in the variable called order ID and simply share it with the customer in the chat. So let's run this. Let's do a quick run. So let me see what name I have. Okay, I'll write Ram, and I should expect order ID should be 1234. So let's do this. I'll go to here charts. Let me select the chart, and let me here run the flow G-Shade test, and then here it is asking for name. So let me go and write name as Ram, and then let's wait for this Google Sheet integration to process the data. And here you can see your order ID is 1234. So I have entered Ram, and the Google Sheet was able to search the RAM as the reference column and give this order ID. So this is how you can use this action called get data from Google Sheet. Now let's see the second action, which is insert a new row. So when you will select insert a new row, you can simply click here new row value. So select add new row. Here you need to select the column in which you want to add the data. So for example, I would like to add, let's say phone, and here I will write the phone number variable. Then my second data will be the name which I'm collecting. So I'll write name, and here I will simply put that user name, and let me go and save it. So the action I have selected is insert a new row. Whenever customer will provide their name, it will just add a new row in the Google Sheet. So let's go and also quickly test this. I will come here, I will run the flow, and then let me show you real quick how it will work. So let me write my name here. Let's say my name is Vibhu Wab. And once I have written it, I'll go to Google Sheet, and then you will see that my phone number is added into row column called phone, and my name is added in column called name. So in this way, you can add rows into your Google Sheet. You can add as many data as you want. For now, I have just added these two columns, phone and name. Let's say if you also want to add company name, location, order ID, you can simply add rows, those columns here. You can put the values and it will be done. Now let's see what is the third action which we have. So the third option which we have here is update data from the sheet, which means using this action, we can simply update one of the existing data here in the Google Sheet. So let's say we will ask the name of the user, and then we will ask their updated company name, and whatever name they will provide, we will simply we will simply search their name in the B column. So basically name column will act as a reference column here, and then once the name is found, we will update the company name, whatever our user will write in the chat. So here in the content block, we are asking the username, and then we are collecting their updated company name. And here in the reference column, I will select I will select the reference column as the name. So name, and then the value will be username in which the name is stored. So let's select username here and let's click on save. And then you will see here update in and buy section. So here you need to add the column name from where you will be updating the values. So we are going to update the company name column. So I will select the company name C1 column, and then the value needs to be updated with the user variable called customer name, in which the value will be stored. I'll click on curly braces. I will simply select this variable customer name here. Let's change it first. Let me click here. Let me come here. Let me select company name so it's easier to understand. So this company name is getting stored in user variable called company name. And then here I will select this variable company name, and then you need to click on save. So the logic is clear. We are going to ask their name, and this name is going to act as a reference column. And then we are asking their updated company name, whatever name they will provide. This name should be updated here in the Google Sheet. So let's run this. I will write name as Rahul, and then I'll write some other company name, and you will see that getting reflected here. So to run this, let me go to live chat. Let me select one of the chat here. Let me run this flow manually. And then we need to write the name. So let's write Rahul. And then we need to write the company name. So here you can see it's HIJ. Let's write something else. Let's write VAB. And as I have written VAB, I'll come here and you will see this value got changed. So this is the magic of Google Sheet, using which you can not only fetch the data, but you can also add a new row, or even you can update existing data from the Google Sheet. So this was it for this particular